Also, I've set a timer. I was thinking the live videos were becoming a bit long. I can imagine it's much too, well, if you've missed a live video, it's a little bit much to ask to be asked to be watched something that takes an entire hour up of your time. So I figured we're gonna do them more often, so they should be shorter as well. So in total they should have covered the same amount of time. So without further ado, let me start the timer. There we go. And show you more about the new project. I already made some cuts, as you can see here, or here, depending on the angle. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit with the camera we're not using right now, because I want to show you a little bit more about the cuts I'll be making. Zooming in on the blue part. Oh, this was not a mic drop, but a camera drop. Either way, bad news. Alright, let me fix this. Alright, perfect. So, a new project, the Iron Man from the Heroes Never Die. Like all the other projects sponsored by Oceanside Tiles and Glass. And they have supported me with not only to create these, but also with the glass to be able to create these. And I still got a part left here. It's the same. The background will be entirely the same color. We're gonna have some fun with this later on with the paint. And I've made some details right here. And maybe it's nice to show you how. Let me see this. Yeah, we got a curve over here we can use still for this part. So I can show you a few tricks within the time limit we're having. So please enjoy this live video and tag along with me while we are creating some stained glass pieces. I think this angle for now works better. I already made some cuts here from the face and I basically covered all the yellow, so and the red will be the most dominant part of this build, and I can show you more about that later on, because over here I've got a nice selection of glass I found in the rack packs, and I can show you why those rack packs really interest me, because there are some pieces of glass that are kind of misproduced, and we're going to use the mishaps in this video, in this build, so that's going to be terrific. Yes, so cutting some parts of glass. So I have this rather large piece and I want to make sure I cut the largest parts first, because it would be such a shame if it turned out to be too small for this area. So this is a rather complex part also to start with, so let's see how I can pull this off. And I'm hoping that the camera angle is alright, that I don't hover in the image too much, because it's a little bit away from me. You know what? Let's twist and turn this. So it will be upside down for you, sorry. But this way I am certain that I can work real close from this area. Let me just flip the camera here. So yes, that's better. So you're not watching it upside down at all. Sorry, I'm just... Okay, there we go. So this should provide you with a better view. So there are some really strong curves going on. And per usual, I like to stay clear of risk, so I'm making a few cuts first, which I think are safe, and then we can move on to the smaller bits. Oh, I moved it. Okay, so there's nothing to do right now apart from breaking it. So I'm a little bit out of my routine today, which is probably why I didn't team up with my mic. Sorry. let me do that again next time. And the last video, the last two videos, I didn't add the sheet sheet, the cards, or the timestamps. So you have to forgive me on that department as well. I fell a little bit behind on my planning, on my schedule to finish all the 12 pieces. So I was, well, not really stressing, but I really felt I needed to put some more work in, which resulted in me being quite fatigued, really. I really got tired. I think I made a little bit too many hours in too short of time, like many hours in less time. So I had to recharge a bit. So I'll be tending to the timestamps and everything later on. For now, I really want to be sure we're on schedule again, which is why, Splinter, it is great to find you here again when I'm behind my workbench, while I'm behind my workbench. Okay, so there are some shards here, so I have to pay a little bit attention to those. And over here I'm thinking, I don't know why, but there's something, I think, underneath here, so we have to pay a little bit more attention. I'm thinking about cutting just the larger shapes for now, and then hopefully, while they break away nicely, we can zoom in on all those little parts, and maybe we're just gonna grind them down. So let me just take my pliers and a Sharpie. So previous videos I was talking about some glass colors, which ones I like best. Well, now after 2 months of using this one, it turns out to be I'm a very big fan of the Silberschitt from Bol. So those will be in my store. And I don't really care which one of those actually. I've got three different kinds, and all three of them are just wonderful. So I'll be sure to put the other ones in my store as well. In terms of price, they are also, I think they're also a bit better. So I think these ones are a bit cheaper, and they work. I don't know, they work just as fine or even finer, because they have this metal thing at the back end, so you can tap on the glass. It's not advised to do that with all glass, but with this glass it's okay. Yeah, so shards, we need to get those out of the way, else I'll get hurt. Alright, let's have a look. So I should definitely give you some top view over here as well. Let me just adjust the camera a little bit, because I flipped the piece of paper we're working from. Let me flip the camera too, so I'm not watching this in a very poor way. Yeah, better. Sorry, this takes a little bit of time. Okay. This is very nice. There we go. So, a proper top view. So as you can see, there are a few pieces here, or parts, that need adjusting. For now I'll mark them down, and when I'll be sanding this piece down, then I know where I want to make a few adjustments. So I think for now, generally speaking, it's all right. I don't think I should cut any closer. Meanwhile, I was thinking about making some adjustments to the pattern. Maybe that's also something interesting to see, because yeah, like over here, it's just out of view. I noticed that this part here is quite small. It's like a centimeter or even less. So I figured we should add a cut here, else the glass will just decide to cut there on its own. And with the hand, it's not very well visible. Let me shove it around one more time. I added a nice line on the horizon, going from the corner all the way to the other side, and I think it's going to be a little bit of pain in order to sand this down, but I think it will be better to add it here as well, because then we have this, like, right, so like his body is one angle, then we have one on top and then to the side, so we kind of make a cross, and I think visually that will be more pleasing. So I'm thinking of applying that to this part as well, and in order to do so we might be in need of a piece of glass that's nice and straight, and we can use it as a ruler. Just add a fine line so you can see, maybe a little bit darker here. So I'm thinking that this might improve the pattern a bit more. I've added this because sanding away these parts is not that much work, but sanding away this entire finger, that's gonna be terrible. That being said, we only need to do this for one of those fingers, so well, why not, right? It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be well, the best to my abilities, or to your abilities if you want to try the patterns later on, because I think for this project it should be a very good idea that at the end of every build I should be able to share the pattern and also the glass being used. So I'll be working on that too. Because yeah, then you can try it as well, right? Like that would give even more meaning to all these videos we're recording now. Time check. We still have 7.5 minutes left, so let me show you how I cut this piece, and by doing a similar piece right here. For this I will need my special pliers. They're running pliers, I think they're called, and this is also from Silberschitt and Bol, so it's like the same brand. You can see it on the material. It looks very much the same. Let me give it a little bit of space, so we have space to cut here, and then we'll just start with the inner circle. I'm trying not to hover too much in front of the camera, but I really need to be able to see it, to see where I'm going. Alright, perfect. And then follow through over here. So, these pliers, they're running pliers, and they, without much pressure, you can, well, force the glass to break, following your score, of course. And you can twist this little bit here, so this line will always go in the direction of the glass you intend to break. And you can of course also use it sideways, which is very ideal for this one. There we go. Look how small the parts are it can break. So that's definitely something that should be on your shopping list when you are thinking about browsing for new and fun tools you can use for stained glass. There we go. Nice and easy, right? It's just having the right tool for the right job. And then here I'll just make it straight. There's a little curve here, but that's something I really like to sand out, because if I try to make this curve and it will break and take a corner with it, then it won't fit. Then I have to sand it down even more and it will be too small. So I think this will conclude the first live stream of creating the Iron Man. Time check, we still have 5 minutes left, sorry. We can cut another piece. So well, let's, this is something I need to really measure accordingly, so we can move on to this part over here. Yep, let's do that one. Because I still have a little bit left of this glass, and I think it's called the light blue glass from Oceanside. So if you're interested already in working with this, beautiful glass, then yeah, check it out. Oh, there's something in the way here. Because this is already a nice and straight line from the sheet of glass, then this is, so I like to use it again, right? So this saves me some time. That being said, I love to work with glass in small, tall sheets, because then there are always some straight lines you can use, like over here, and this really saves you some time. It also is a very economic way of using your glass, because you're throwing away less. Very important, very good thing to remember, or technique or trick to start using. Alright, there we go. This is what I like best about working with glass. To make those cuts. Then when using these pliers, don't only break it, but also pull a little bit away. That really makes your glass break so much nicer. There. One more part, and there's still some time left. So I guess this is also saying that with some practice you can really work quite fast, even though it's manual labor. And also with this bit here, it is really precise. So this does allow you to work faster, because you don't have to sand away much. So in order to have a nice tempo, it's always best to cut the pieces as close as you can. There of course is a risk of not really managing, like failing, but if you practice well, then it will really pay off. So this is why I don't use a saw. It really made me lazy. And I know it's a faster way. 1 minute ago. It's a fast way to work, and you can do some things you can't with cutting manually. For instance, this will gonna be some trouble to sand out, but I rather have more skill in my fingers and know how to do the general bits in a faster pace, and then struggle a little bit with the grinder, then well, allowing a machine to take away my experience, right? So in terms of leveling up in video games, which is a very natural thing for me to talk about, you do want you do want to level up, you really want to grind it down and to get that experience in your fingers, because then only then you can really improve on not only your work but also on your pace. So this concludes this video. Thank you very much for watching. While I was talking, I cut away a little bit of this eye. Oh, wrong camera. So this is something we're gonna send down later. I might, like over here too, I might make a video out of it, like another live video. I'll be here this entire week working on it. So definitely check the Instagram online, also from Oceanside. And really join us in this project Heroes Never Die, because it's all about inspiration and to show you what you can do with this wonderful glass. And meanwhile, the bonus might be that I can do some great giveaways in terms of best practices, tips and tricks. So definitely check those out during these videos or online. I really should end this video right now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video in a day or two. Alright, take care. Bye bye.